Oh, are we live?
We
I
are
think so,
live.
yeah.
We're live. Hello.
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 How's it going? We're here.
We're here.
we're here.
Late, but we're here.
We're here. We're here. It was only a minute. We're good. Like,
Fine. It's not past halfway through the month or anything.
yeah, no, we're good. We won't talk about it.
I take full responsibility. It's my fault.
Is Maddie breaking up, or is it me?
I've not seen any issues.
I'm not seeing
Oh,
any
everyone
issues.
is. I think I'm lagging. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Just keep going.
Yeah, you're all good on your side.
Yeah.
You're not lagging. But yeah, hello everybody. We're here to discuss the Raven Tower.
We are. We have thoughts. I am so intrigued to know what you guys thought as well as what the comments thought, because like I can't process this book at all. I have thoughts. I'm not sure I have words. We will see. So what first of all, easy question. What did people rate it? Let's start there. What have people rated it?
I haven't. I can't think of it because my thoughts are so. What happened? Like, I felt connected to none of the book. Like, none of the book was like, this speaks to me, or this was great. You know?
Yeah.
None of the book did that for me, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
So it's like a 2.5.
Yeah, I went for like a 2.5. I didn't know what to rate it because the first 100 pages I would have very happily DNF'd after. I just did not care. And then it got like okay for 150 pages. Then it got interesting for 100, and then it made no sense. So I was like, I don't know. So I used Corepile and it said 2. I was like, I'm just going to trust Corepile because I don't have a brain to figure this one out for myself. So 2/2.5 it is.
I was thinking the exact same thing when I was reading it. I was like, I hope Cecilia and Maddie understood it so they can explain it to me. Because I am so
understood it.
Oh, but overall, I wanted to give it like at a point like 4 stars, but then I was just like, when it's been so long time, I think I ended up like on a 3. It was like okay, like I didn't hate it, but I also like it was hard to feel things because I just felt
See, I would give it a 3 based on like pages 170 to like 300 because it got kind of interesting and there was some bits I kind of understood, but I was like, I feel like I need to knock it down a bit for the 2 ends, which just didn't make sense.
Nope.
I feel like it didn't quite deserve the 3 because of that.
Definitely. I feel like this could be a controversial opinion. I don't know. But like if it wasn't in second person, or at least part of it wasn't in second person, I might have gotten higher. It's because I felt so disconnected with the second person.
I quite like the second person.
Yeah. It's like
I actually got on with that much better than I expected to.
Oh yeah.
I think my biggest thing was just the switching perspectives with no explanation of who anyone was, and we were just jumping around, and then all of a sudden, right, we'll get into spoilers later. Actually, does anyone here care if we just get straight into spoilers? Is there anyone in the comments who hasn't read this book? Because honestly, I'm not even sure if it's a spoiler because I don't know what happened, but do we just dive head on in?
I don't know. Like if someone presses the video, maybe you should say what it's about first, or give general thoughts, and then it goes spoilers.
If you want to try summarizing this book,
yeah, you want to? I could read the flap.
If you can work out a summary, I will be astonished because I don't know.
But like so there's a kingdom, right? It's called Uridan.
And it's protected by the god known as the Raven.
Yeah, right. And then there's the not the pestilence, the patience. Why am I thinking pestilence? I don't know why. But there's the other god. And Yeah, I when I tell you I have nothing. I know nothing. Head empty, no thought.
Head empty, no thoughts. That's literally the first 100 pages of this book I thought was all right, and then I put it down and realized I just didn't care to pick it back up. But the majority of this book, I would stop every so often and just be like, am I reading this, or am I doing that thing where I'm scanning over the words and not reading it? And I couldn't tell if I was doing that or if it just didn't make sense.
Oh yeah.
So the ultimate head empty, no thoughts at all gone.
Yeah, strength and patience on the hill. I don't know why every time I was like pestilence. I'm like, it's not pestilence, it's patience.
But I guess for like a one-line synopsis, this follows our main character YOLO. I want to say like YOLO, but that feels YOLO, who is like almost servant to someone who's kind of the equivalent of heir to the throne, but with like religious connotations, because they're serving a god. And like there's a lot of drama and there's a lot of gods. I did quite like the lore of the gods, the whole like if you speak something, you have to make it happen, so be very careful what you say. I thought that was cool. I don't even know where to start with discussing this book.
Oh wait, did you, Sandra? Did you like the perspectives of like second and the other one and
the other one? Oh, Sandra's seriously lagging now.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
yeah.
having issues. I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here, just hearing like, well, I'm just like.
Tech always letting people down.
It's the worst.
Yeah. I heard what you said.
I think Cecilia was asking, did you like the second person, the first person, like all the different perspectives?
I liked the second person perspective. I thought it was interesting. Like it took time to get used to a person normally does, but I liked it. But like other perspective, I guess God, I assume that was weird because it was written really weird. It was just like jumping in time and learning languages and then showing up, and I was just like, I have no idea what's going on, and I have no idea how this relates to anything else going on in the story, because it's literally like a different story set like over millions of years. Basically, that's what it seemed like, and I was just like, if this has been the story, that was fine, but then we had the other story, and I completely
agree. I didn't find the second person stuff too bad, but trying to work out where the hell the two stories coincided and how they had literally anything to do with each other, that's a spoiler. I'll say that later, but like, there's one thing I still do not understand at all, and I feel like it's kind of the point of the book.
Yeah. It felt like two different books, and then they were like, oh, well, this one book isn't long enough, so we need to add something. And I was like, well, I had this novella. Let me just throw it in here real quick.
Yeah, I saw someone in the comments say this was a DNF book with a 5-star novella hidden in it. And I completely agree with that.
Yes.
But what did you guys think of the characters? I'm lagging because I'm just interrupting people.
I was going to say, I quite liked YOLO. I don't feel like I really got to know any other character. There was one woman who was kind of kick-ass, but I honestly lost track of who she was by the end.
Too much, yeah.
What was the name of the prince?
What is the name of the prince?
What?
I'm trying to look.
I can't remember anyone's name in this book. Let me see.
What was the name of the prince? Does anyone know?
UAT. Am I lagging?
Mawat.
No. Oh yeah,
How would you say it?
I think it's Mawat.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Because I said that like 6 times, and I'm concerned I'm lagging.
No, no, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. But no, Tikaz. I don't know how to say anything. Yeah. Tikaz was the badass woman. She was quite cool, but again, she was in it for such a short time.
True.
But yeah, what do you want to say about the prince, Sandra?
Yeah, he was kind of an ass, but I ended up liking him. I was just like, I shipped them. Okay, I couldn't help it. Ship them. But,
Really?
yeah.
I shipped YOLO with Tikaz.
I ship no one.
I mean, I say ship, as in like I thought that might be a thing that happened. I didn't really care. It was like a 2-minute interaction where Tikaz was like, "Oh, I don't actually like Moat, but I might need to get pregnant by him for like family shit." And then YOLO was like, "Or me," and she was like, "Or you," and then they just went off and carried on with their days. And I was like, "Okay, cool." That's that then.
Pretty much. No, I felt no connection. I feel like I knew nobody, even Aolo. I always said, I don't know. I don't know why. I felt like, I felt like I knew nobody, like very surface level, to the point where it's like I know people who are walking in the grocery store more than I know these characters in these books. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't make any sense.
No, it was neither character driven nor plot driven, because you didn't know the characters and the plot made no sense.
It was just words.
So yeah. I said
Sorry.
this.
I was just thinking like in the night read, and it was just like super confusing, but at least something happened and the characters were hilarious. But here we don't have any of that to hang on to.
True.
It's like the mystery of like the father, Maud's father disappearing. That's like the one thing I was like, I want to know this, but that was the only thing I could catch on to.
Yeah, there was serious, just nothing. I mean, I felt like I said this when I was reading it on live yesterday. I felt like I never understood what was going on, but if you read enough pages in a go, you can get like a general vibe of what just happened.
True.
Like, it doesn't actually make sense as you read it, but if you just kind of don't think too hard about it, it just kind of goes in, which I'm not sure how I feel about.
I feel like that's not how it's supposed to be. Like,
no.
Like, I should feel like I should understand what happens.
Yeah, it's a standalone Jasmine.
Yeah.
Which makes it even weirder.
I was going to say, can we get into spoilers? Because I
was going to say the same.
And I think we're good.
I'm sorry. For like the last 100 pages, it felt like it was like big climax was starting to wrap up. And then how was that the ending? That was not an ending. That was the middle of something. What? Like, literally what? I do not get that ending at all.
True. I don't. Wait, it's a Hamlet retelling of what?
Yeah, it makes sense. Hamlet is like. Yeah, but then they kill the brother of King kinda, and he takes over the throne, and then Hamlet comes back home and is like, "You took over," kinda. In that, it makes sense, maybe.
I feel like that's like the bare minimum of a Hamlet retelling, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't, like, it's not even a retelling at that point. It's just like, I'm just copying tropes or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't
know. Yeah. I genuinely do not know what happened at the end.
So I don't really know what happened either. In the flashbacks, we had like Raven, right? And they were borrowing out their power so that they could electricity or food or something. Like someone was sucking out their power, right? Yeah. And then he was like, "But I tricked them, or something." And then I didn't get that part. Like, what happened there in the last flashback? I don't know.
Yeah, the only moment of clarity I had in the whole book was when YOLO found the stone. And I was like, okay, so this is where this links in, which did not need to be 300 pages through, I might add.
Nope.
But that was like the one moment where I was like, oh, okay. But then how the hell does the Raven connect? I really don't know how the Raven connected. I think it was to do with the whole ending power thing, but I don't get it.
I like read it somewhere because I was reading reviews before this, but like even their explanation made no sense. So I was like, wait, why is it called the Raven Tower? Like,
yeah, but they are in the Raven Tower and like they sacrifice themselves so that the Raven will protect them, right? But then, was it Raven protecting them, or was it not the Raven protecting them? Because there was something about Raven being gone that was Was the Raven gone? I don't know.
Yeah, because
That's
like
the question,
I
yeah.
felt like the stone had either lent its power to the Raven or stolen the power of the Raven, or was like pretending to be. I could not figure that one
Someone
out.
was pretending to be the Raven, but someone, the person telling us story, is that the Raven? Because they are like telling us story because they are like from,
The
I don't know
narrator
how
was
to
the
explain.
stone, the hill and patience thing. That was the
Oh
narrator.
yeah,
Because,
Yeah.
so that was
which
not the
helped so
Raven.
much because they kept saying I and you, and then the second we met that character and actually knew who it was, that whole second person thing made so much more sense.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I couldn't figure out the connection to the Raven.
Nope.
Yeah, so Silent Hill, whatever, was telling the story, but
Yeah,
were they pretending to be Raven?
I think either that or they like stole the Raven's power in some way. But I'm honestly not sure because we were seeing the I'm calling it the stone,
Yeah.
kind of lending its power to people, and then it
Yeah.
skipped to it being in the Raven power, and the Raven back in the bits where we'd seen it had only been like really vaguely mentioned as this new god who might be appearing.
Mm-hmm.
So we never saw what happened, and I have no idea. Not one clue. Anyone in the
Maybe
comments knows, please
Tanya
tell us.
knows because they read it several
see.
times.
Let's see, the Raven tried to kill Patient as an enemy, but also tried to use the stone to source his power, so he got stuck in a loop, which eventually killed him while the stone recharged.
When does it tell you that?
Patience.
Thank you.
What page was this?
The page stone is recharging all this time, just waiting to be released. So that was like it was like recharged finally.
So did the
So
Raven do the thing where it was
that
like
stone has
did
been
the whole
just
speaking thing that it was killing the stone? Is that what the Raven did?
wait. What did you say?
It was did the Raven do like the speaky thing where it's like they're gonna die and then of course it's a god it has to come true?
I think the stone was sustaining Iridan, but the leaders didn't want to admit that the Raven wasn't as powerful, so I think the rock was sustaining the power.
Yeah, I agree with the rock sustaining Iridan, but I just can't work out what it has to do with the Raven.
Yeah, the Raven killed the gods
Okay.
against it. Raven spoke,
Okay, it spoke to death.
Yeah, that made sense.
Right.
I feel dumb. Like
I feel like I didn't read that bit though. I feel like that was maybe implied. I've no idea, but I completely missed that.
Yeah, but now the stone was so old it didn't die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that because when the stone had spoken death to someone else earlier, it'd been like a big thing they spoke about, like, oh, how did you survive that? You shouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, that's right.
So the Raven Tower was not the Raven Tower, it was the Stone Tower.
It was the stone tower. It was the stone tower.
Yeah.
That actually would have made more sense as a title. I mean, as in relation to the book. And I feel like that title's still cool, the Stone Tower, you know?
It could have worked. Okay.
It could have worked.
So
The Stone Tower could have worked.
thought they were sacrificing to the Raven, but they were actually sacrificing to the stone.
I'm looking at my notes. It just looks like a mess of confusion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was paying more attention at the end and almost started to enjoy it. I almost started to enjoy it.
I liked the finale, but I was like, what is actually going on? Like, Raven was not a Raven. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. I really was enjoying like the last 100 pages and I was reading it much more closely because I definitely skimmed some of the bits in the middle. Like, not fully, but I was not reading every word.
Mm-hmm.
I actually felt like I understood it more when I didn't read all of it and just like took the vibe. But yeah, the ending then I got really lost again, even though I was trying really hard.
By the way, did we find out why the uncle was made into like the new sacrifice? Like the father was not actually dead because he was lying in that bottom of the tower.
I think the father couldn't die because he was still associated with the Raven, but the second he chose not to die for the Raven, he kind of still couldn't die, but he lost the power to be the sacrifice because he'd betrayed the Raven. So I think then it moved to the next person to have to kill themselves or die willingly to be the sacrifice. Feel free to correct me in the comments, because we've already proved I don't get this book.
No. For some reason, if I had to make a comparison to this book, it reminds me of Cats. Let me explain why everybody. Okay, because
you're not wrong at all.
I'm not wrong at all. It's because, like, again, there's this whole thing of like someone's got to die for this prophecy, and we're all going through, and nothing makes any sense. We follow this one character that kind of feels like that is like literally a stand-in for the reader.
It's literally Cats.
It's literally Cats, but in book form. I just Cats makes sense though if you see it on the stage show. Yeah, okay, Cats the movie specifically. It reminds me of Cats the movie.
But I also disagree. I've not seen the film. I've only seen the stage show. It still doesn't make sense. They never actually fully explain. It's meant to be some like allegory for religion, but literally is this whole thing about forgiving someone and then killing them.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
I've never watched Cats, so I have no
idea.
Cats is not a book. That is not true. Cats is a series of poems which they decided to somehow mash together. It's like the original jukebox musical. Instead of using lots of songs, they just used poems and went, that's like the story. It's literally just loads of random poems.
Yeah, but yeah, this book is Cats.
It's that same vibe of like, it doesn't quite make sense. You can find a story in it, but it doesn't like quite work.
I was like realizing it as I was reading it, and then it like really clicked in now. And I was like, I could just imagine having a scene where everyone's like, this is me and this is my motivation. And
I feel like the one moment I kind of got that was when the stone was revealed in the Raven Tower, was the one moment in the whole thing. I was like, oh, it's all coming together. And from then on, it did make more sense until the end, and then it made no sense. But like, why did it take 300 pages to get to that? It was a lot of build up.
For like nothing.
And then I've seen someone saying as well, which I completely agree with, like, what the hell was up with the, I don't even know how to say it, Zluhans? I do not know who they were. I just saw an X and was like, I know who you are. I didn't read it properly. I'm awful with character names. If they have a weird name, I just read the first letter and like recognize it as a thing instead of actually reading it.
Yeah, same. Or I'll like make my own version up of the name.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't really fully follow how they came into it. And then it got very, very political for a small while with like alliances and stuff.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah. And I feel like it's difficult as well because because it didn't make sense the first 200 odd pages. I'd kind of been skipping over like Iolo interacting with these people. So then when they become relevant later, I didn't have the basis for that to then be impactful or make sense.
Yeah. Oh, I just saw a comment. Where was it? Yeah, the lack of chapters struggled for me too, especially if I'm reading it and I'm just like, I'd like to stop, but like, where am I supposed to stop?
I assume wherever I saw just the raven symbols. Yeah.
But then when I got to the raven, I still felt confused, and I was like, this doesn't feel like a good stopping point.
Yeah, they felt more like breathing points than stopping points, which is like, again why it works really well in one sitting, but it shouldn't be necessary.
Also, the very long paragraphs sometimes just couldn't get me. I was like, this is a whole page and a half of paragraph. I can't.
Yeah, it really went back and forth.
Lagging so much, and like you're just like talking on top of each other. It sounds crazy.
Oh no!
No!
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think it would have been more effective if they had chapters that switched viewpoints like that. I think I would have.
I was so confused that there were no chapters.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. Oh, it made no sense.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I thought those breaks were going to be viewpoint changes. And then I remember like 10, 20 pages in, a viewpoint change literally happened between two paragraphs. I was like, oh no, okay, they're just breaks for no reason. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, like, how did the editor, why? Like,
also, it wasn't just me.
Like, no.
Almost like the prince or whatever, Marvat, what was his name, sitting outside naked for like a long while. What was that?
He's just like, I'm gonna be naked.
Was that like a form of protest, I think? I think.
I just accepted it. I was like, all right. They just like to be naked. Fair.
And then they had like, and then he found that stone.
And the audiobook was one continuous one. I fell
Did
asleep.
it not have breaks?
That sounds terrible. I could not with an audiobook like that. That's a no. Not even the breaks. Not even. Oh no.
Yeah, I couldn't cope with that.
Nope. Very
I
practical.
think I'm fine with like not having chapters in some books. You get used to it after a while. I'm just like so shocked because then I don't know where to stop because I always stop like when the chapter ends.
Sure. I think it was jarring simply just because of the change in the like second to first person and stuff like that. If that made more sense of when it was changing and if it was based like that, I think it would have made more sense. But I feel like they just come out of nowhere.
I think it's difficult as well because the second person, as I said, I didn't find it too bad. But when you're in second person, you can just by coincidence have a really, really long stretch where the word you isn't used. And so you kind of forget you're in it. And then it's just dropped back in. You're like that's the thing. Okay.
I am sorry it was your first audiobook. Because of that lack of chat.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't do audiobooks and I actually considered picking it up on audio. I thought it might have helped. I'm glad I didn't, but
no.
You don't do audiobooks, Maddie?
Oh. See, I usually do audiobooks when I drive, especially when I commute. But since I didn't have a commute during this time, I was like, let's go. I won't pick it up on audio. And now I'm glad I didn't. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I was like, all right, I'll just get it from the library. We'll just chill like that.
Yeah.
But like overall, I think the book tried to do something like cool, but it turned kind of confusing. I think if it just like story, it's see what I was trying to do, but I think if it was just a bit more clear on points, it could have been much better.
I think, I completely agree. I think if they'd put chapter breaks with character breaks, put like a date at the beginning of each chapter, so you know that you're like 2,000 years prior current day, because I fully thought the God stuff was running parallel at the beginning, not way back in the past. It took me a really long time to figure that difference out because it's never said. And the second person was okay if you were doing breaks.
Yeah.
But I feel like even just those two things would have clarified so much so early on.
Yeah. I feel like, and the worst part is I think that's not an author mistake. I feel like that's more of just an editing thing. So put right when does this take place? I'm just gonna put it on top real quick.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those stylistic things which is like a really cool idea, but doesn't necessarily actually translate into being simple to read. Because I was really sad as well, because there were a few moments where I was like, wow, the writing of this section is so beautiful, but I couldn't focus on that because all of my brain power was just trying to figure out what was going on.
True. Like I was looking at some reviews, and some of the reviews were like, it's just one of those scholarly books, like if you just don't get it, you just don't get it. And I'm like, okay, why are we gatekeeping the book? Like, y'all need to chill.
It's not scholarly, it's just stylistic, but
apparently style equals
so stylistic it's unintelligible. You may have gone too far.
Yeah, I feel like if someone who reads often, and especially in this genre, can't understand it, that's where you're messing up. You know what I mean? If you've never read fantasy, or you're not like, or if you don't read very often, that's different. But
I feel like it's really possible to have really complex storylines, complex timelines, all those things. But I read any books like that, but usually I like actually follow it. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah,
there's definitely ways of doing that really complex stuff, even without like full explanations of what's going on. But this just ran together way too much.
True.
Yeah. I've not read any of her other books. I'm wondering about the Justice series, which is like massively popular, so I cannot believe it's this weird. Because it's like, just it sounds really, really condescending, but like popular with the general public who don't read much. And with this level of weird, I can't imagine that would have happened.
Yeah, it's because like I know that this is Ann Leckie normally writes sci-fi, so this is like one of her first like fantasy. So maybe that's like a not like a stylistic thing, but I feel like it's kind of like with N.K. Jemisin. She went from fantasy and then she wrote that one sci-fi book where sometimes maybe writing in one genre doesn't translate as well as writing in another one. So maybe the weirdness I feel like makes more sense in a science fiction.
Yeah.
Science fiction,
I'm
I'm willing
imagining
to put up with more.
making more sense in sci-fi, yeah.
Yeah, like if you just say some weird timey-wimey stuff, I'm like, all right, yeah, got it. Like I I'll believe you, but in fantasy, I'm like, I need a little more.
A little more than that.
Yeah, I need a little more than that, please. So that's what it felt like to me.
So what did you guys think about the LGBT parts?
I mean, it obviously wasn't a huge focus for like majority of the book, but I liked the bits that were mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I like the bits that were mentioned too, and I thought it was interesting though that for I would say most of the book that one he wasn't misgendered at all anywhere throughout the book, which was always good, but instead of using his pronouns, it was mostly just you, which I also thought was interesting. That you was used a lot more.
Yeah, I thought it was a really interesting choice having the character who would potentially have the wrong pronouns used in the second person, because it does completely remove that for so much of it. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting the way that it went through. And especially when I was going through reviews, it was nice to see people weren't like, oh my gosh, they're bringing in the liberals or bringing on all the. I only saw one saying that, which I thought I was like, oh, thank you. Because
I mean, honestly, if you're going to get through a book that weird and that's going to be your complaint, I have concerns about your priorities.
Yeah, I'm like, there's nothing else in the book you found issue with, like that was it.
That's what confused you.
Like, we need to talk. Like,
yeah, but no, I really liked the because I feel like the only moment it was really prominent was his conversation with Tikaz, and I really liked that. I thought she was really fucking cool about it. Just sort of was like, noticed that you're wearing binding, and he was like, yeah, cool, I'm male. She was like, cool, carrying on. And just like, I just thought it was a nice moment. I liked that it was nowhere near the focus of the book, but it wasn't completely ignored.
Yeah, you saw like the little sprinkles of it was nice.
Mm.
So that was cool.
I still shipped him and Mawat.
No,
Like, I was
choking.
No, I refuse.
It's fine. It's fine. A bit of choking. It's fine. So, but I was waiting for it. I was just like, they need to get together. They are like, he's like, I'm so loyal to him. He made me into who I am. Whatever. I was just waiting, and it never stayed. So you know what?
Nope.
Nah.
It just wasn't that kind of book.
No. I didn't feel the need for any relationships.
Yeah, this book felt like you didn't need a relationship. Well, we needed other things, but we didn't need a relationship.
Yeah. We needed it to make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think it makes sense. It's just it's written in such a confusing way that we have a hard to finding the sense.
True.
Like, it really makes sense, but I was going to say we don't have enough brain cells, but that sounds bad. I don't mean that, but more like, I don't know. But yeah, I agree that not character driven, not plot driven. So it's just like a bubble.
It's absolutely one if I could be bothered, which I will clarify that I cannot be bothered. I feel like if I reread it, I would possibly give it a much higher rating now that I know what the structure actually is. I feel like it would make so much more sense and actually really quite enjoyable, because as I said, I think the writing was actually really nice. It was just lost. But I will again clarify, I cannot be bothered to reread this book.
Nope, I am good.
I might reread it.
If you do, let us know how.
It's one I probably won't get rid of, and in a few years I would possibly reread it, but I definitely can't be bothered soon.
No, I'm glad I got it as a library book.
Yeah. It made me laugh doing Corpile. As many people know what Corpile is, it's a rating system that G from Book Roast has developed, and you basically like rate 6 different categories out of 10, and then it'll give you a star rating out of that. And I've only just started using it. I don't use it religiously. It's a case of if I don't know how to rate a book, I'll put it through and see what happens. And it made me giggle because the categories are characters, atmosphere, writing, plot, intrigue, logic, and enjoyment. There's 7, not 6. I can't count. And like characters, atmosphere, and writing, I was like, yeah. And then it got to plot, intrigue, and logic, and I was just like,
2, like 1, -4, like.
The plot ratings just plummeted at that point.
Yeah, no, nothing made sense.
No, because I think I did like enjoyment, like middle of the road. Characters were like okay, writing was okay, but then like logic, 1. There was none. What logic?
Logic doesn't exist.
And like I like weird books. I like weird books that don't quite make sense. But this was a touch too far.
Yeah. I feel like even with books that don't make sense, there's at least something else to grab me to it. Like maybe it's just like the like what they're talking about is interesting, or like the atmosphere or the characters. But here I'm like, it's everything's slipping, everything's slippery, and I can't grab anything.
Yeah. Seriously nothing to grasp onto to keep you going. Also, I'm completely there right now.
No, yeah. I'm glad I didn't buy it.
I'm like, I don't unhaul because it's just going to be stuck there forever.
I wouldn't unhaul if I had space not to, but I unfortunately do not have enough space.
Yeah, because you move now.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it means I've actually got more space because I have 2 new bookcases here and still the same number in my family home. But like eventually I am going to have to move all of those out. And when that happens, I have like 6 bookcases, and I don't think I'm going to be able to afford a place where I'll fit 6 bookcases for quite a long time. But we'll worry about that later.
Not worry about it later.
You can just like what I do with books that like I don't know, like I want to keep them, but I don't want to have them in my shelves. I like pile them up and just put them somewhere else, like in a closet or something.
Yeah.
I'm the exact opposite. Even if it's like my favorite book, I'm like, do I need it though? Like, like right now, I own
minimalism, didn't you?
No, well, that's always how I've been with books I read. It's just like I only have, I think, maybe 15 books on my shelves that I've read, maybe 20. And even those, I'm like, I could get rid of less. I could get rid of more. Like,
whereas I'm here with 15 Erin Morgenstern books when she's written 2.
Because it's very rare for me to reread something, unless if it's like it's got to really mean something for me, or it's have to be read like a long time ago. So like the only ones I have the Hunger Games trilogy, which I know I'll reread in the future. And I only have 1 double set, because 1 is a collector's edition and 1 was the original print from the 90s that you can't buy anymore.
Nice.
It's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it unless I have no money.
Yeah. No, I reread.
I'm just like looking at a dishwasher shop behind me, and I have like a billion editions of A Darker Shade of Magic, and I'm just like, okay.
If you want to see the sad,
where am I?
Like, look at her. What is that?
Yeah, see, this whole bookcase is books I've already read.
No, I could show you all the ones I haven't read. It's literally.
Other than these 3 down here, I haven't read those yet because that's the popular trilogy.
This is it. All I've read.
You have read a lot yet.
These are the only ones I've read. Oh, and everything else all these are unread, and then that's it. That's all I got.
I respect that massively, but like,
I'm just like, I'm an Ave.
I don't know why. I just don't like to like look at it. I don't know why.
See, I feel like I go back and forth between I have so many books to read, it's stressful, versus if I didn't have as many as I have, I'd get stressed about not having choice. So I just stick with having loads. They look pretty.
See, I usually just get a lot of my books from the library, so I know that if I don't have something here I don't want to read, I'll just go to the library and grab something.
I think I would do that more if Birmingham libraries weren't absolutely awful. It was about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they decided they're not buying in any new books because they can't afford it. So, yeah, library's not great around here.
No, my library's pretty good. Every time I request something, they're like, a week later, they're like, well, we got it, so get ready. I'm like, oh.
I feel like I'm too much of a like slightly sporadic mood reader for libraries as well, because I'd request something and it'll take 6 weeks to come in, and by the time it gets to me, it would probably be like 3 months until I want to read it again, and I'll have to return it by then.
Yeah. See, at my library, they have such I guess I'm like at a big library where they have a lot of branches to the point where I never have to wait for anything.
Nice.
I just walk in and I'm like, let's go. Like, it's beautiful.
I just like a lot of books.
I feel you. I feel you. Do we have any books that we've read recently that?
Oh wait, we're gonna
I'm
rank
prepared
the year. We were gonna
prepared.
rank the year.
We were gonna do that.
Oh my god,
I
you need to
forgot.
do it.
Let me
Don't
pull
have
that
to with
up.
me, but I'm ready for this. Everyone in the comments, please rank the year. We'll put it on the Discord as well for anyone who's not here to like rank the books so far.
I need to pull up the list because now I have completely forgotten where.
Yeah, we need a
Same.
list.
I gotta go
I
with the
think we're all
Discord.
gonna have the same top one.
Oh, here it is. It's right here in our little Discord section.
We are. Well, what
Yes.
is?
So we have Gideon the Ninth, The City We Became, Cinderella is Dead, Cemetery Boys, The Bone Shard Daughter, and The Raven Tower.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Where
it's at
is
the
it?
very
Oh, I
top
feel
of
like
our
I
overview.
feel like I should hold them. It's much easier to show, and I actually need to go and get them.
Where's the list?
It's on overview of rep we've done.
Oh yeah, it's in our chat. I was in the wrong chat.
Oh yeah, I realized I was like I forgot we put it all there. Now I gotta think of. Wait, we should go with. Should we start with least or favorite?
Favorite.
need to start with, like-
Okay, wait, what? Sandra, what did you say? What?
Wait, what did I say?
I said favorite is easiest for me, but I'm happy to think and start at the bottom. What did you say?
I said let's start at the bottom.
Start at the bottom. Okay.
But then I know the top ones instead. So let's start. Let's start top.
Okay.
Okay,
I
let's start
think
at
I know my bottom.
Yeah,
Wait,
someone
so
should
what
hold
is-
the book.
I don't
Wait,
have them with me because I moved, but this is my bottom.
My bottom is The City We Became still.
Yeah, so
I have
like
a
a
deep
laugh.
hate for that.
Yeah, I expected that.
I feel like both of you just like hate all the ones I liked. Wait, I will get them. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, do them all, 'cause I don't have mine with me.
No, I don't either. I have a deep hatred for that, but I don't know why.
Yeah, that did not agree with you, did it?
No, it did not. I need to do a video or something where I'm like giving N.K. Jemisin a second chance.
Ooh. See, we're gonna do a big switcheroo on the second to bottom place, though.
Ooh.
That's where we're gonna disagree.
Let's see. Now
Wait, what was your bottom, Sandra? What was your bottom?
second least favorite? I want to say maybe the Raven Tower. I think Raven Tower would be my second least favorite.
I think you can probably guess mine.
Yours gonna be Cinderella's Dead. I know it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Let's see, but yeah, I think mine's gonna be the Raven Tower would be.
Yeah, we need to wait for Sandra though. We're gonna get ahead.
Yeah.
We need to know her bottom. Right.
All right,
she's
you
got
ready, Sandra?
I'm back.
You're
Okay,
like,
what's your bottom? We've done bottom and second bottom, so you can do
okay,
both.
yeah, what's the bottom?
Wait,
and
but
second
I
bottom?
didn't hear what your bottom was. I don't know.
Oh, which
Okay.
one? Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine
was
was
Cecilia.
The Thing We Became.
Yeah, yours was Raven Tower. Yeah. Okay, what was my bottom? Oh shit. Probably on the Raven Tower, I guess. I kind of liked all of the ones we read. You guys are
That's good.
haters.
They're not haters.
You're haters.
Yeah, I like 3-starred most of them.
Listen, I
Pretty
thought
great.
half of them were okay to bet good.
Yeah. Right. So what's your
Both are
second least
haters.
favorite, Sandra?
Well, you have to tell me first yours. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was Cinderella is Dead.
And mine is the Raven Tower.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. I guess the Bone Shard Daughter, probably.
Okay. That's
Okay,
fair.
that's fair. Okay, so third. Ooh, this one's
Yeah.
fun now. Wait, ooh.
Mine's Bone Shard Daughter for third.
Here is the options.
Mine's tied between. I'm gonna go with Bone Shard Daughter. Actually,
Yeah.
that's my third. It's a very close second with very close to the next one, but I'll go with Bone Shard Daughter as my third least favorite. What about Sandra's like, I don't know.
But like, I like them all equally.
Pick
All
one.
ones. I don't want to pick. Yeah, but if I pick one,
Okay,
then like,
no,
it
if you
seems like
pick,
I didn't like it.
You can go with which one would you or would you rather reread more if you want to go on to that point? You know, which one is out of those would you be okay with not rereading?
Yeah.
Cinderella's done.
Okay.
Sure.
And then
Yeah, okay.
in third, now we're getting to the top 3. So in third place, I'm doing Gideon the Ninth.
I'm doing Gideon the Ninth as well.
So I'm just having a meltdown.
Probably Cemetery Boys.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Second place, City We Became.
Okay. Second, Cemetery Boys.
City We Became.
And then, so top for me is Cemetery Boys.
And then top for me is Cinderella's Dead.
Gideon the Ninth.
Gideon
Yeah.
the Ninth. You already knew that. You already knew that.
Yeah, I think all of our tops were expected. Like that was not.
Yeah.
And I think that all of our least favorites were also expected.
I feel like for anyone who's watching, I think all of us can put those rankings in the Discord as well, so that the chaos can be seen, and we'll ask everyone in the Discord to post theirs as well, because I'm super intrigued.
I'm intrigued to see how everybody likes it.
Should we do recent queer books we have read and want to talk about? I came prepared this month. I am prepared this month because I'm currently in the middle of it, but I've read it before, so I'm recommending it. Fever King by Victoria Lee.
There you go.
Frickin' love this book. I'm currently halfway through rereading it, and I still absolutely love it. It's very good. For anyone that doesn't know, very quick synopsis. This is a sort of YA dystopian following America a bit in the future, and this like almost pandemic is going around called magic, and almost everyone dies from it, but if you survive you become a witching and you get magical powers of some description. But there's like massive groups of people who are anti-witching, and there's a lot of talk about like refugees and all sorts of very interesting political stuff, and it's very good, and you cannot trust anyone, so interesting.
I liked it. I liked it more when like been a while, because like I kind of didn't like it when I read it, and then when I thought more about it, I've been liking it.
There's a lot to think about with it.
I heard really good things.
So
I was like,
the last queer book I read. Sorry. Was I read a book.
Hey! Little plug.
How do you like it? I'm curious.
I liked it a lot. So like, yeah. But
I'm really excited.
I don't know.
I'm very excited about it.
It's not as confusing as Raven Tower is very much clear. I wish it was longer, because it's so like it's very much like a brief of their lives. Ceci is only like 200 pages. I wish it was long. Yeah, overall, this is our January book, so you should read it. The live show will be in February.
It will be.
Yeah.
I was all about to have the January and February books sitting here ready to talk about in a minute. We're
excited.
But should we do Cecilia's recent queer read if you have one?
I do have one. I read an entire manga series. Of course, at the end of 2020, I finished it like the last day, and it's Blue Flag. You can read it. You can read the first half of it on the Shonen Jump app, but it's pretty much the closest I've ever been able to find to a love triangle where actually everyone's in love with each other.
Nice.
Which is almost everybody is in love with each other. It's very close, but it's the closest I've been able to find. And pretty much there's these two like family friends. They've been friends forever, and they bring in this new girl into the group, but they find out that pretty much they're both in love with the main guy, but one of them is gay, and everyone doesn't know how to react or feel. And there's also a gay best friend who is an icon. It's really cute. It's kind of sad. It's only 8 volumes. I think there's only 5 so far published in English. So
I just like
it's really good.
Search it up because I need to read this. Like ASAP.
It's really good. It's really
the ultimate level of chaos.
It's so chaotic. Yeah. I was like, oh, I was, and then the ending is very ambiguous, and I screamed. But I saw it, and I was like, what are they alluding? I was so excited. But yes, it's really good.
I love that. I've seen people in the comments, someone recommending Phoenix Extravagant, which I've not read, but I really want to.
Where is it? Maybe I'm blanking.
It's like 4 up.
Oh yeah. I was like, I can't read.
I really want to read that. That looks super good.
Let's see.
I've heard some very, very good things.
And we got some Days in Blood and Starlight. It's cool.
Nice. Not queer.
Lightning Struck by T.J. Klune.
I want to read Lightning Struck Hearts so bad. It sounds hilarious, but I'm going to read the Wolf Song series first. No, it's not.
Oh yeah, I just read. I read it last year. I was just, did I miss everything?
Yeah,
I was like,
that is Laini Taylor does not fit in with my favorites because it's the only thing that's like not queer. It doesn't fit like the trend.
A bit queer in Strange Dreamer, like one side. FF. Have you forgotten?
I'm reading it in March and April, so I guess I'll remember them, but I absolutely do not remember that.
That's funny.
There's one side of, I'm pretty sure. Wait, am I wrong now? But like, I'm pretty sure.
A lot of people thought there was going to be a male-male relationship, but that was just like fandom stuff.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone say that.
There's isn't that side FF in Strange Dreamer? Oh my god! Don't look at me. Like the one who climbs. Right? I don't remember the name.
What?
The one who climbs. She like climbs really well.
Climbs what?
Like walls and shit. She's Spider-Man.
Yes, you are indeed correct. There is a female-female relationship in the traveling party when they're going to weep.
Oh.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There definitely is.
There you go.
I had forgotten. They're like minor side characters. I'd completely forgotten.
Yeah. I'm saying it's a main rap. I would not recommend Stranger Dreamer as a queer rap book. There is definitely like a sweet romance thing, what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually there is. I had forgotten that.
True.
I'm so excited to reread it. For anyone that doesn't know, mention it here. I've been doing a read along of Days of Blood, Not Taste of Blood and Starlight, Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, and we're having a month off in February, and then we're just going to do Strange Dream as well, because why not?
Why not?
We just like Laini Taylor.
I haven't finished Rainbow now. Left.
Awesome. Let's see. And did we want to announce the next 3 months? Or we already announced it, but do we want to talk about it here? Yes, Maddie's like, I'm ready.
So yes, in January,
I forgot.
We are reading The Black Ties of Heaven by Neon Yang.
Let's pretend I have it. I haven't picked it up yet.
I don't know how to give a synopsis for this. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Sandra, because you read it. This follows a culture where everyone is raised gender neutral, and the main character, when they reach like of age, where they're meant to like say what gender they want to be going forward, hasn't really thought about it. They've just always planned to be gender neutral, I think.
Yeah, but actually, like they don't have to choose. You could choose to never choose. So
you can choose.
You have to choose. So it's just like, oh, they decided to choose one day, but they had it follows two twins, and they decided to just stay gender neutral, and then one day one of them is like, but I don't want to anymore, and the other one is like,
you betrayed me, brother.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I'm so excited to read this. I don't know. If I can finish The Fever King like today, tomorrow, I'm kind of considering reading this tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, I have Monday off because it's Martin Luther King Day. So I might, and Tuesday off because I don't have anything to do. So, and then I go back to school and I'm going to die. But it's fine.
Pure death
one day.
This weekend after 2 weeks of work.
What, Sandra?
No, I was just going to say it's basically just like one in one sitting read. I can't speak.
Oh, yeah.
Like I read it in like 1 hour, so it's not like.
Yeah, because there's not even that much on a page as well.
No, I'm gonna determine not to procrastinate this time.
Yeah, both Cecilia and I finished The Raven Tower yesterday, so
we're very bad. And Sandra's always like, "Yeah, I did it already," and then we're always like, the day before, like, "Oh my gosh!"
Just think, I started it in December. I had full plans to read it in December, and then I had to put it down because I had to read a book for work, which I had to read before I started on the 4th. And then I've literally not slept or done anything other than work for 2 weeks, and so it just didn't happen.
See, that's us three. You start it, but then finish it, and then I started like 2 days. I'm like, yeah, I should probably start it. Like,
and I read early, so I don't remember anything for the live show.
I'm such a procrastinator. I like read
every book.
Oh yeah, and then
the book
is
The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
I don't know much about this one. It follows a bi main character, I'm pretty sure, and it's sapphic and it's sci-fi. And the line that I just love is just like the one line on the back, which is, of the 380 realities that have been unlocked, Kara is dead in all but 8. And I want to know what that means.
I know, that sounds so epic. Like, why is she dying? Is she a klutz?
I'm so intrigued. And also, both of these are nice and short. This is 200, this is 300. Short sci-fi fantasy. It's what we like to see.
True. And then for March, I know, Maddie, you're very excited about March.
I'm very excited about March. I don't know if it's out yet, so...
That's true, it hasn't come out
it's
yet.
being released in February.
But it's time to pre-order.
It is.
Yeah, I have.
I need to do that.
And not to spoil anyone, but if you're subscribed to a Luma crate, don't pre-order it. Because I mean, if you've seen their February announcement and you've seen the cover of the book, you will have put 2 and 2 together. Like, it's the most obvious announcement I've ever seen. But yeah, we're doing A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. And I am hyped. The number of queer characters in this book.
I think I have a list right here of how many.
You got it.
Lesbian, main character, bisexual, gay, gender fluid, what is that? White pan? And gender fluid author.
Yeah.
So
much. So much red.
Or pretty much all the red.
Yeah, and it's like urban fantasy with fae and lots of other things. And it sounds really, really interesting.
Sure. Let's hope I like this urban fantasy. Like
I'm actually scared I won't like it, and I'm just like,
I know. It'll be like,
I'm not gonna lie, however much I want you to like the book, I want you to not like at least one of them. You like them all.
You do, yeah. Let's switch, because I feel like I'm always the Debbie Downer in all of these. I feel like even if I liked it, I'm like, yeah, but look at all these flaws. Like,
it's so much easier to talk about bits you don't like than bits you do, though.
But like, I have things I don't like in all of them. But
I'm never going to get over the scene we became when me and Sandra and people just came on, just like, yeah, it was really good, we quite enjoyed it. And you were just like, one stop.
I disagree. I was like, well, let me tell you why you're wrong. Like, I had notes. I never take notes.
I'm probably just like way too nice. I'm just like, I don't want to not like the book. That's me.
Yeah, but obviously we're not announcing them yet, but we have decided all the way through till June, I think, just to tease people in the chat, because why not?
We have low-key till August, but
yeah, we low-key decided till October, actually. We are planned. We are organized.
True. I mean, those ones are more like we have a kind of what we want to do, but we haven't really decided, but we're excited.
Yeah, we've got ideas, but we only announce 3 at a time, because if like something else is announced or something happens or just we find out about a new book, obviously need to be flexible.
True.
Yeah, sometimes
y'all are excited, pre-ordered.
Maybe like one book shows up that is like we didn't know what's going to be released, and then we're like, but then we need to read that one instead. So yeah,
or if it's revealed that there's different release dates depending on the countries, then we have to postpone it a bit to make sure, because it happens,
Yeah, I will say as well.
So organized. We are not.
We're trying to do a mix of backlist and new release. So obviously January is backlist. Feb's like a year that it's been out. March is brand new. But then if we stick with the plan, both April and May are backlist. So
yeah, and then June we're planning something special.
Yeah, June should be fun.
If Maddie's
you say we're planning, we haven't actually started planning it yet, but like we probably will plan something.
I know, it's like we haven't planned it, but we said we wanted to plan something special.
It's Pride Month. We have to do something.
We have to do something. I'll come on and I'll have everything. I'll have my flag in the back. I'll go all decked out for the live show. I'll do the most.
I'm down for that.
Yes. But yes, so this was an exciting live show.
Yes. I feel like we used like half the live show talking about other things. What?
I think I was saying the same thing, that we spoke about the book for some of it, and then
about half, I'd say, maybe. So that's not bad.
Here's my ranking.
I was gonna say I will put it in the Discord, my ranking, because it's fun.
Yeah, and we'll put a thing out asking for other people's rankings as well.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, we should have done like a fancy thumbnail where everyone like, but yeah.
Don't have them with me.
Why? You all
I
need
don't
to
have
work it
them,
out.
but I can get them.
Yeah.
I'll work it out. I'll like Photoshop it in. Like,
Okay. Yeah. I would just take a picture of my pile and then send to you and you Photoshop.
Yeah, and I'll
real.
just, like hold it like this.
Yeah.
That'd be cute. But yes, thank you guys for coming, and we
Yeah.
will announce the next live show shortly. And
Yeah.
Will we? Sorry.
Yes, we will.
We
We'll
will. We're
arrange
gonna
it
decide
right
right
now,
after
and
this.
I promise to read the book in time this time, so we don't have to push it
Well,
back. This one's shorter, so we'll be fine.
yeah, we'll be fine. So thank you, everybody, and goodbye.
Bye.